Hey guys, PBJ here. I have to make another video, and I'm going to be definitely making a video later with footage. I just now had to talk about what's it, Brett Cooper. I just saw okay. I just saw a video with Megan Kelly and Matt Walsh. There is a divide in the let's just call it the conservative right. There is a divide. And Matt Walsh's reaction, and let's be clear what happened here with Tucker Carlson. He platformed a Nazi. And like I said before, this is but a drop in the ocean for Tucker Carlson. He has interviewed some incredibly controversial, and I'm talking controversial. There's nothing wrong with interviewing, like Megan Kelly says. He's interviewed the president of Russia. Yeah, he has, but there's a problem with his interviews. He doesn't actually ask them hard questions. He does not push back on what these people are saying. That is the problem. And if you can't see it, Megan Kelly, then you are willfully blinding yourself to it. Don't think for a second that by ignoring what is going on your side, you are somehow going to triumph over the left. You need to clean your own side. You need to stop the sewer rats getting in. And unfortunately for both of you, you have chosen to ignore this. A cancer growing on your side, which you are refusing to acknowledge. Oh, it's about Israel. They're fighting all about Israel. Yeah, you do have Jews in America. You know that, don't you? Anti-Semitism has risen by 1,000% since October 7th. Do you not care about your Jewish people in America, the American Jews, who, by the way, have contributed so much more than both of you your ancestors both put together? So much more to American society. Now, your refusal to call this guy out for what he has been doing, and let's not kid ourselves. Tucker Carlson has been engaging in anti-Semitism. He is an anti-Semite, whether Megan Kelly chooses to acknowledge it or not. It's time you start calling these fucking assholes out. Now, Matt Walsh says, well, I just don't care about Israel. You might not care about Israel, but your friend Tucker Carlson certainly does. And Matt Walsh is so afraid that if he gets shot, he should be so lucky. If he got shot leaving his house, and the left would dance on his grave and scream in the face of his kids and all this kind of stuff, yes, they probably would. They probably would. Because they're evil. But don't be fooled and think that the right is not going to be maybe not dancing on your grave. But if someone like Seth Dillon or Ben Shapiro were killed, God forbid, you don't think the right would be rejoicing? Would you rejoice, Matt Walsh? You're such a fucking cold bastard. And this will be your undoing. If you carry on this trajectory, I'm warning you now. If you and Megan Kelly and your ilk refuse to acknowledge the problem that is growing on the right now, you are going to lose your positions. You are going to lose this movement. Nick Fuentes was bragging on his show about how he got on Tucker Carlson's show. This kid, this little rat, is loving every minute of this. He gets to go on Tucker Carlson's show, one of the biggest platforms on the right, to spew his evil and hatred without any pushback whatsoever. You agree with that? He said we must we must get rid of our Jews in America. This is what this little turd said. But you want to go to, I'm concentrating on the left, the left, the left, the left. What about behind you, dude? What about the people that are in your camp? That would certainly celebrate the death of Ben Shapiro, God forbid, or Seth Dillon, God forbid, or Josh Hammer. You want to talk, and I saw it in the thing, and I'm going to talk about it when I have the video going, because I'm going to rip these people a new asshole. Seth Dillon just got threatened by someone on the right, a conservative right, who follows Candace Owens. Thank God DeSantis had him arrested and prosecuted for death threats. That's happened on your side, Matt Walsh, not on the left. This was the right. So don't come here with this, oh, they're the ones who want us dead. No, they want people like Seth Dillon, all because he supports the state of Israel. And Seth Dillon is America First too. Same with Josh Hammer. Had his life threatened. I'm hoping he's going to do this and take legal action against this woman, because she needs to be sued into next week. She's a disgusting individual, and you will not call her out, Matt Walsh, nor will your compadre there, Megan Kelly. Do you have any idea what the Jewish community is going through in your country? Oh, of course, you don't care, do you? You don't care as long as it's not your family. You selfish bastard. You're a piece of shit, Matt Walsh. You are seriously a piece of shit. It's all about you and your family. The Jews in your country are being persecuted, sir. They're being chased in the streets. They're people that have contributed more to the American society than any ethnic group in the history of the United States. Way more than yours. Way more than Megan Kelly's, wherever the hell she comes from, or she descends from. But you're willing to throw them under the bus. Why? Because you want to go at the left? You've got the left in your ranks now. This movement is parroting what the left is doing. And you're going to wake up one day and find you won't have a country anymore. I'm not kidding around. You have allowed these people, with your refusal to be a man, stand up and say, what you are saying is wrong. I'm your friend, but you are wrong, Tucker Carlson. You are platforming Nick Fuentes. He platformed a goddamn Nazi. Not to mention the other people he's platformed. The nun with his moustache, who lied through her teeth, who says that Christians are persecuted in Israel. It's absolute lies. Your religious sites, Matt Walsh, your places you go as a Catholic are protected under Israeli law. Not in the Palestinian areas. Oh, fuck no. Go to the Church of the Nativity, or whatever the hell it's called. You try that. As a Jew, I'm not allowed to enter. Talk about apartheid. But this refusal to call out the demons in your midst is going to be your destruction. Get on the side. There's also, you want to talk about left and right, there's also good versus evil. Nick Fuentes is an evil son of a bitch. He is grifting on this. He's enjoying every minute of it. And you're quite happy to sit back. Oh, well, I mean, I couldn't believe these two supposed intellectuals sitting there saying, oh, you know, I just think this battle going on between Ben Shapiro and Tucker, it's not just Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson. There are others in your midst, Candace Owens for one, Myron Gaines, and all these other fucking shitheads who are in the right, Dave Smith, all of them are saying and doing stuff that is incredibly dangerous. And you don't have the balls to call them out, do you, Matt Walsh? Your Jewish community is under shit loads of fucking pressure. Every day they're going to walk down and see these fuckers with their stupid flags. Maybe something has to happen to Matt Walsh, something bad in his camp. Maybe he'll start taking notice. I've never met a more arrogant, self-centered piece of crap like Matt Walsh. If I was the Daily Wire guy, I'd have him fired. I would have kicked him out long ago. This guy is disgusting. He is. I've never been a fan of his content, but my God, have you no heart? Have you no sympathy? Quite happy to stand alongside anti-Semites. Yes, anti-Semites like Tucker Carlson. That is exactly what he is, Megan Kelly. He's obsessed with this nation of Israel and Jews. He's dedicated half of his programs to Jews in Israel. And it's all lies. Never a pro-Israel has darkened the doorway of that fucking cabin of his, where he tries to show he's just an American. He's living just like you. He's a lying sack of shit. He's got links to Qatar, which should concern you. He's praised Hamas. He's called Hamas a political organization. He's praised Sharia law. Do you agree with that? Do you want a person like that on your side? You're taking him out with you on tour, for God's sakes. You people are fucking... You know what? An ostrich buries his head in the sand hoping that nothing will happen. That's exactly what you're doing. And your entire movement is hinged on destruction. Turning Point USA has Colson on their fucking board. This guy accused Israel of using Epstein as an agent. There's no proof of it. The head of the Mossad came out and said that no, they weren't. We were not involved with Jeffrey Epstein. His own lawyer came out and denied it. I think America's ripe for destruction right now. It's falling apart around your ears. Mandani's now the mayor of New York City. Another Sadiq Khan of America now. These people are invading you and they're taking over your country. And instead of focusing on that, the left. The left they did exactly what's happening right now in your ranks. They circled the wagons around their most extreme elements. And look what happened to them. Now you're doing the exact same thing. You refuse loyalty, says Matt Walsh. That's a virtue. I believe in loyalty. You know who else believed in loyalty? Hitler's command in front of Nuremberg said, we were loyal. We did what we were told. What happened to them, Matt Walsh? They all got hung. When you see evil, call it out. If you don't, I understand you don't give a fuck about Israel. That's fine. I don't care that you don't give a fuck about Israel. I really don't care. I don't give a fuck about your country and your family. It's not my business. But you, sir, have a platform. You, sir, are giving authenticity to a man who just platformed a Nazi. And you don't seem to care one iota. Does that not concern? What if he has on the head of the KKK? You going to still be hanging out with him? What if he has on the head of the Hamas? Are you going to denounce him then? To have a conversation, which isn't a conversation. It's pretty much Tucker Carlson sitting there and letting this guy just talk. He did not push back on Fuentes once. He did not push back on the nun once. He did not push back on any of these people he has interviewed who are liars. Who are liars. You care so much about him, you might wake up and find you don't have an America anymore, sir. Tucker Carlson is not pro-American. He goes, puts his finger in the air and decides what to go with. He's particularly now targeted the Jews in Israel now. Israel is the big bad wolf and has ignored what is going on in Nigeria, where Christians are actually being killed. In fact, I haven't heard Walsh talk about that either, or Megan Kelly, who are supposedly Christians. It's fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. I think that there needs to be cleaning house, and I would put Matt Walsh and Megan Kelly in that category. Clean these people out. They're not willing to see evil and say this is evil, or to call it out for what it is, because they believe in loyalty. Israel's like, you wouldn't find a better ally than Israel. Go and educate yourselves on how much Israel gives to your country, how much protection that keeps people like Matt Walsh and Megan Kelly safe and their children safe from terrorist attacks. The amount of technology that Israel gives to America. Maybe Israel should take that away. Because you're always banging on about, oh, we give money to Israel, we're funding Israel. Okay, you want to call it that? You can call it that, we'll give you that. You can call it whatever you want, I don't care. But let's pull it away and see how you handle it. When you're deaf, dumb and blind in the Middle East and you have no way of knowing when the terrorists are coming. They're coming up to your fucking border. Okay? They've come up, they've got cells all over America. And the only reason there hasn't been a real hectic terrorist attack in I don't know how many years is because of Israel's intelligence that keeps you safe. Mossad operate all over the world. If they decided, you know what, fuck these people, they don't appreciate us. Let's take away our intelligence. See how you handle it then. What, Britain going to give you the intelligence? They can't even handle what's going on in their own country. Israel's the only stable ally you have. All your other allies are in disarray. Maybe Israel needs to pull. You want to go and comedians want to go do comedy in Riyadh. If ever a fucking statement was made, 10 years ago, people would be rolling on the floor laughing just at that statement. But they did. They took government Saudi money. All these comedians were going on about Israel. We pay for Israel, and you being Israel's controlling our government. Took money from the Saudis. I want you to let that sink in. They took money from the Saudi government and it came with restrictions. These are comedians, are supposedly free speech and we can say whatever we want. Took it and agreed that they would not criticize the Saudi family. They would not criticize any of their policies, which are pretty brutal. I said it before and I'll say it again. I will take Israel's morality over America's any day of the fucking week. Because after a death like Charlie Kirk, not only was the left celebrating, which is disgusting, you had people on the right going on with conspiracy theories like Candace Owens, who was never called out for it, getting clicks and reaping and making money off her friend's death while his wife is grieving. It even got to the point of them accusing her of murdering her husband. That's the kind of morality we're dealing with here. That's your side, Matt Walsh. That's your side. I think a time has come for the wheat to be separated from the tares. And quite frankly, if I was an Israeli, I would say, fuck these people, man. They're destroying themselves. They don't need any help from us. If you want to play this game, you want to go, oh, America gives so much to Israel. They don't actually, by the way. Okay, well, we want this because first of all, you stop us from winning wars. You get involved in our politics where you have no right to do that. They're a sovereign nation. They have no right to tell Israel what to do. Okay? Fuck them. And when we say fuck them, we mean it with a capital F, meaning you're now going to have to look after your own security. You're going to have to make sure that your citizens are safe. Israel's not going to give you any more intelligence. Forget it. You don't appreciate us. You tell us we're controlling your government when your comedians go over and take Saudi money and censor themselves. When you've got people like Matt Walsh who refuse to call out the evil amongst them because they don't want to rock the boat. Fuck them. Fuck them. Good luck. Good luck. Maybe it'll humble the Americans. Maybe they'll realize, hey, we need Israel. Maybe they'll think twice next time about going on about Israel's doing this and Israel killed Charlie Kirk. And take that away from them, Israel. Take that intelligence away. Take away the technologies. Yeah, you might miss out on great weapons, but you know there are other countries you can buy from and sell to that will appreciate you more. The Yanks aren't doing it. Okay? Fuck them. Israel's never asked America to get involved in any wars. They fought all their wars on their own, and they've been successful at it. They smashed Hezbollah. They've smashed Hamas. They smashed the Houthis. They smashed Iran. Showed the world that Iran is a paper tiger and could never stand up to the might of Israel. But you know, that incredible military expert, what's his name? Dave Smith, says otherwise, of course. There would be World War III. He did say that, by the way. And Tucker Carlson said it. We're going to be embroiled in a war. No, nothing happened. And anyway, even if you did get embroiled, it'll be a cakewalk. Israel didn't even put a troop on the ground. They fucking clobbered the crap out of them. And Israel destroyed that entire ring of fire on its own. On its own. Only thing the Americans did was bomb the nuclear sites. That's all they did. And it was a pretty easy mission considering the fact that Israel paved that fucking way for you. No appreciation to the Israelis. No appreciation to the Israelis taking out Nasrallah, who plotted the attack and murder of over 200 Marines in Beirut in 1982. And the other guy killed those kids on the field. He was also part of it. Hezbollah. Killed them. There was a $10 million bounty on their heads. Did Israel come and collect that $10 million? No. Did Israel get any thanks from the Americans? No. No, instead we get people like fucking Nick Fuentes. You get people like Tucker Carlson. We get people, your actual ally, people that actually hold your values. You're against them, but you'll stand with the towelheads in Qatar because they got money. You'll stand with the despots and say what an amazing subway we have here. Literally Russian propaganda built by people who were slaves to say that Russia's a great country. Did exactly what they want. I mean, are you insane? Do you want to lose your country, Tucker Carlson? Maybe you should lose it. Maybe you should lose your log cabin and has to go to the state. Then you'll realize what a balls up you've made. Instead of attacking the evil that is coming, you'll go against Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East that has your back. Unfortunately, America hardly ever has Israel's back. Hardly ever. Anyway, I'm just so fucking pissed. I'm so sick and tired of these goddamn Yanks and their fucking bullshit. It's all about me, I. Listen, you're going to get a wake-up call very soon. You're treating Israel and you're not protecting your Jewish citizens. You're instead going on the side of people that want to see dead Jews and Israel wiped off the face of the earth. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you are quite happy to stand with these people. You're quite happy to have blind loyalty to people who are promoting anti-Israel, anti-Semitism, neo-Nazism on their platforms. And you're such a coward you can't even call it out. Megan Kelly, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles. Call them out. But you won't, will you? Instead, you're quite happy to sacrifice your own movement just to say they're my friend. They're my friend. What if he was holding a gun to someone's head? Would he be your friend then? What if he had on, who can you think of dire by so many to pick from? What if he had on the head of fucking some Islamic group? Sit down there in the cabin, have a nice conversation with a murderer. You going to support him then? Huh? You going to support him then? Of course he will. Blind loyalty. I'm sorry, but what does it take, Matt Walsh? What will it take you calling out Tucker Carlson or any of these people on the right? What will it take? A terrorist attack? Will it take him, I don't know, turning against America for like Donald Trump? Will that make you call him out? I know Stephen Growler will call him out. What will it take for you to acknowledge that you have a problem on the right and it needs to be addressed? And people have to have uncomfortable conversations. What is it going to take? Anyway, I'm going to do I'll do a thing tonight with a video of him talking with Megan Kelly, and I'll include the Brooke one. What's her name? Fucking Brooke. What? I forget her fucking name. But Brett something or other. I can't remember. Brett Cooper. That's it. Sorry. I'll include that too, and we just discuss the insanity of these people and how low they've actually sunk. I don't watch much conservative, I don't watch leftist stuff, but I mean, there's a lot of good content creators that are coming out of this, that are centralized, that are for their values. And it's exposed a lot of these people and who they really are. That they were never conservative. That blind loyalty matters more to them than the truth. That should concern you and the people that watch them. That they're quite happy to turn a blind eye to rampant anti-Semitism just to have a united right. You're not going to have a united right, Matt Walsh. People are not going to sign on with Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, and these other losers on the right. They're not going to sign up with them. And by the way, Charlie Kirk despised Nick Fuentes. What does that tell you about Tucker Carlson bringing him on his show? Isn't Tucker Carlson one of the people on the board of TPUSA? How would have Charlie felt about this? How convenient that Carlson brings him on his show after Charlie Kirk is dead. Ask yourself that question. Was he really a friend of Charlie Kirk? By inviting that little turd on, he's spitting on the legacy of Charlie Kirk. By saying and blaming the Jews for the death of Charlie Kirk, and that is exactly what he did at the memoriam. That's exactly what he did. Tucker Carlson has gone to the dark side. Well, maybe he was always on that. I don't know. But I don't really care what his psychology makeup is. The man is an opportunist. The man is a liar. And he's an anti-Semite. And you should distance yourself from him. But you won't, will you? Fine. I'll put you and him in the same category, and you can both go and start your own fucking movement. Why don't you do that? And let the MAGA movement, or whatever the movement is called, to grow and thrive. In truth, get these rotten apples out of your ranks, MAGA. They're destroying your movement. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys later. Cheers.